guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up. I didn't read as many books as I have in past months, but that's okay. It was just a very busy month with school and different things going on, and I got really attached to one of the series that I read that I just kind of couldn't read anything else. I was very attached and I was in a bit of a book slump. So yeah, but let's go ahead and get started. It was actually a pretty good month. So the first book I actually read in April was Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. Woody Novels has recommended this book so often that I figure I might as well pick it up. It's her favorite series. And I've had this book on my shelf for so long. I got it at Book Outlet a long time ago and I haven't read it yet. And so I decided to pick it up. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't my favorite. I can see potential, but it's not something that I'm like obsessed over. I didn't love all the characters except for the one that I think most people know who I'm talking about, but I definitely see potential through that character, so I'm excited to continue. I'm not super thrilled, but I liked it all right. I did read the novella that goes between this book and the next book, and I really enjoyed that. If you guys know, it's between a different POV of another character, and I loved getting the backstory of that character. So I'm excited to continue just because of that character, and I'm excited to see what happens. So I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It was fine. I was kind of glad I got to read it, but it wasn't my favorite. So this is off my TBR, finally. I'm so glad. Next in April, I read an entire series, and that is the Raven Boys Quartet. This is the Raven Boys Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater. I initially started this book and I really couldn't get into it. I read the first chapter and I was just not about it. I didn't like the writing very much and I didn't connect to the characters, multiple. But after I kind of pushed myself because I felt like this is something that I would really enjoy, after like 100 pages in, I was obsessed and I could not put this down. I loved it so much. These characters are amazing. The writing is so well done. I don't know why I didn't like it initially. The covers are beautiful and I just love it so much. So yes, I read the Raven Boys first and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read the Dream Thieves, also 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Blue Lily Lily Blue, 5 out of 5 stars. And The Raven King, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm obsessed. And after I read the series, I was kind of in a book slump because I was so in love with the characters and so sad that I didn't have any more of them to read about. So, yeah. But the next book I actually read was The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. This is her newest contemporary romance book, and it is about a girl named Molly, and she has always had crushes but has never really acted on them or had a boyfriend or anything like that. So when her sister gets a new girlfriend, they start trying to set her up with this boy that her sister's girlfriend's friends with. That sounds really confusing, but trust me, it's not as confusing as when you're reading it. But so she's kind of torn between liking this one guy that they're trying to set her up with, as well as this guy that she meets at her work, and it's just really cute. It's a coming of age kind of fluffy romance, and the girl's really awkward, and I really could relate to her because of that. So yeah, I gave this 3.75 stars. It was enjoyable. I'm glad I picked it up. I actually got it as an ebook from my library, and I wasn't sure I would pick it up, but I'm glad I did. But yeah, I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if I had read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is Becky Albertalli's book before this one, which has gotten so much hype. People love that book. I wish I would have read that beforehand, because if you've read this book, you would know that there are a couple crossovers. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a couple crossovers and I think people will really enjoy that, but obviously that didn't affect me because I hadn't read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. But yeah, I did really enjoy it and I'm glad that I got to reading it. And the last book I read was in preparation for A Court of Wings and Ruin, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I've read this before. It's a reread. I mean, I loved it. It's one of those I can get through so quick because I already know what's happening. I just wanted to get a good refresher of the little details that, you know, you forget over a year. But yeah, so I'm currently reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I'm having to go slow because I'm so sad it's gonna be ending. But yeah, of course I enjoyed this. 5 out of 5 stars. It's great. I love it. that is going to be it for my April wrap up. I know it's a lot shorter than my other videos, but I decided to be a little bit more concise this time, and since I didn't read as much, it worked out a little bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to subscribe, you definitely can, and like the video. Leave me in the comments if you've read any of these books, how you feel about them, what you're reading this month, how your reading month went last month, and all of that fun stuff. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.